If you're watching this video, odds are that you lose your job and even your career in the next 5 to 10 years. And not just because of recessions or greedy bosses. A huge disruption is coming, and if you don't think your job will go away, you're precisely the kind of person most likely to be left on the side of the road forever. Now, some people will be out of work for the rest of their lives, but if you approach this the right way, that doesn't have to be you. In this video, I'll share why the evidence this is going to happen is mounting up, how you can turn things to your advantage and be one of the winners in this change, and what you need to do right now to make sure you survive this. Anyone can make it, but only if they learn to surf this new wave. Otherwise, they'll drown. So how do we know anything about what's going to happen? Well, back in the 1700s, there was enormous demand for British textiles. About 200,000 artisans worked to weave cotton on hand looms. Weaving was the second largest industry in the UK. Then technology trampled all over it. The mechanical loom threw everything up in the air. Hundreds of thousands of people lost their jobs as they got replaced overnight. Their work just disappeared. They'd spent their whole life learning a single trade, but for them, it was game over. They never got to do that work again. Once upon a time, there were swarms of stenographers and typists, masses of switchboard operators, crowds of cashiers and bank tellers, herds of travel agents. Most of those have been replaced by technology which does their job faster, better, and cheaper. Technology always brings change, and every time there's a big change, there are winners and there are losers. Today, AI is the biggest disruptor we've ever seen, and this time, it will drive large numbers of knowledge workers out of their careers. That's everyone who works with their brain, so basically everyone. We're going to list some concrete actions that you can take right now to be one of the winners. But first, let's look at the mindsets you need to use this to your advantage. Let's go back to the story of the mechanical looms. If we pay closer attention, we might notice that even as skilled artisans were being eliminated, there were other professions spinning up. Now, there were only a few people who made remarkable innovations to the process of making textiles, like the spinning jenny, the power loom, and the sewing machine. And similarly today, there will only be a few companies that create new AI platforms like ChatGPT, Bard, or Midjourney. It's a winner-takes-all market like social media or search. And after an initial frenzy, there'll be 1, 2, maybe 3 tech giants left over who will share most of that cake. But there will be tens of millions of businesses and people trying to apply the fruits of that research. The equivalent of the people assembling the mechanical looms, teaching people how to use them, designing work processes around them, and so on. You want to be one of those people. The people who set up and tell the machines what to do, not the people who end up being assigned to a mechanical loom, because this time there might not be any lower skilled jobs, since the AIs don't need operators to pull the levers. They'll do the grunt work themselves. If you're not a master of AI, you may not even get to be a servant of AI. You'll just be out of a job forever. So how do you make sure you don't get left in the dust? Well, even if there were good books written about this already, and there aren't because things just move so fast, this isn't something you're going to be able to learn just by reading books or watching YouTube videos. It's time to roll up your sleeves and get your hands dirty, or clean, because you'll need to type on a keyboard or a phone. Anyway, the good news is this is super easy. Anyone can do it, and it doesn't even take that much time. It just takes intent. Ultimately, learning to tell the AI what to do is a lot like any other craft. The way you learn woodworking is by making things out of wood. The way you learn to paint is by picking up a paintbrush and some paints. The way you learn to master AI is by getting the AI to do work for you. But this is urgent. Don't wait. AI is getting faster and more powerful all the time. But if you're above 25, I am, your learning speed is getting slower every day, week, and year that you wait. Everyone else who is learning to use AI already today is pulling ahead of you every day. And the longer you wait, the harder it will be to catch up. And if you're not skilled enough at telling the AI what to do, you will be doing what the AI tells you. Or more likely, nothing at all, once even that is automated by robots, drones, and just more software. So here's your task. Sign up to some AI tools right now and start figuring out how to use them. Here are some starting points. ChatGPT, Claude, Bard, and Grok are fantastic as assistants that can do brainstorming and research for you. Try them all. All of them have free versions, but try their paid versions too if they have one, and see if it's better. Decide which one you like best. Make yourself use it at least once per day until using it every day becomes natural. Midjourney, DALL-E, Adobe Firefly, and Stable Diffusion are powerful visual generative AIs that can help you create illustrations for pretty much anything you can imagine. Try all 3. Visual communication is a powerful skill. Learn their strengths and weaknesses. Create a new visual for something at least once a week. The goal with both of those is that you should get to the point where using AI to assist you every day is as natural as searching Google for some info or looking up how to fix your toilet on YouTube. Right now, those are the major types of AI out there, though undoubtedly more are coming. Even as they are today, they can and will make a difference to your day-to-day work if you learn how to use them. But no one will teach you to do this. You're going to have to do it yourself. So get started today. You'll also want to make sure you approach it with the right mindset. It took me a while to figure it out, but most hardworking people have a tendency to make a crucial early mistake that can lead them to get the opposite of what they want. I call it the compound trap. And if you don't know about it, you might already be falling for it. And it could take you out of the game entirely for 6 months or longer. So go watch this video next to make sure you play the game right and don't fall for the compound trap. I hope you find joy and meaning at work, as everyone deserves to.